Yo, people, then we're out here with the Acer Swift Go 14 1 month later. One of Acer's slimmest, lightest, and most powerful AI laptops. Let's see if it's actually been on job. Now, one thing I do gotta say before I get into any of the specs is the design of this laptop is mad boring. If I saw this in a shop, I'd probably walk past it. It doesn't look like it holds the tech that it does. It's a very old style of laptop and it just looks very boring. It's very lightweight. Not that I'm mad at that. I'm just like, give me something a little saucy, especially at this 14-inch form factor. Now, spec-wise, we got the Intel Core Ultra 17, 16GB of RAM, 1TB of SSD, and we got integrated Intel Arc series graphics. Now, one of the main selling points of this thing is obviously its screen, which is a 14-inch OLED 2880 by 1800 90Hz refresh rate panel. It is glossy though, so trying to see it in any kind of light is mad annoying. Now, as for the ports on the left-hand side, we've got two Thunderbolt 4s, one HDMI 2.1, and we've got a USB-A 3.2 Gen 2. On the right-hand side now, we got a micro SD card slot, 3.5mm combination headphone jack, and another USB-A 3.2 Gen 2. Now, I almost skipped past the one finger opening test, and it does work with one finger. However, with my sausage fingers, it's a little hard to get my finger in between the bottom of the laptop and the laptop lid. Now, obviously, as I said before, we got the Intel Core Ultra 17 in here, which has the NPU on board for your Copilot tasks. Now, personally, I haven't used any laptop with Copilot and found it struggling. So I'm not sure what these new processors are supposed to do in Copilot, which is better than the other laptops that don't have the NPU thing. But yeah, it's there, I guess, and you can use it to do magical stuff in Copilot. Now, I'm not going to lie to you guys, the real reason I brought you here today is not to talk about NPUs and stuff like that, it's to talk about the gaming performance, because this is not a gaming laptop, but it's budget, and it's got the same graphics driver as the MSI Claw, which is a gaming handheld PC. So essentially, this should be able to play games just as well, and that's what we're about to find out. Alright, so first up we have to try some Cult of the Lamb. Now, this isn't a crazily hard game to play. It's quite well optimized to play on most systems that you want to play it on. However, what I was looking for was the response times, because it's a quite fast action-paced game as well. And it felt really good playing Cult of the Lamb on this thing. I could definitely go through the whole Cult of the Lamb campaign on this laptop. Now, obviously, in spite of the new Amazon series, we had to go on to a little bit of Fallout 4. And it's obviously quite an old game, so it's not very hard to play on most new hardware. However, I got this weird stuttering issue when I was playing medium settings at 1200p. I had to turn down the settings to 720p and low settings to get a stable frame rate above 30 frames per second, which is weird because the MSI Claw, which has exactly the same specs, was able to run it at 1080p with medium settings. So yeah, bit weird. Can play it at the end of the day, but just thought I'd be able to get some higher settings really. Now again, another quite old game, Rise Son of Rome, a sick kind of God of War like beat 'em up kind of thing. This plays absolutely perfectly on my Steam Deck, yet on the Acer, I was getting a decent frame rate, but there were some stutters down to lower frame rates, which for me gives me the impression that it might just be a driver issue. Obviously, this is not a gaming laptop. It's not supposed to be doing this gaming stuff, but it's doing quite well. It's definitely doing very well. Now, again, I'm aware that this is not a gaming PC, not a gaming laptop, but the performance that I was getting during Horizon completely shocked me, fam. It was playing so nicely, 30 frames per second, medium settings, 1200p, like even without any kind of resolution, dynamic resolution rendering kind of thing, it was playing, cuz. And when I put on the dynamic resolution rendering, it was playing even better. We're looking at above 45 frames per second, solid, bare smooth, which was weird because I was getting stuttering issues when playing Fallout 4, which is a much older game. So yeah, I guess it definitely is a driver issue. The performances are all the way up and down with this little Arc series integrated GPU. And of course, we had to finish off on a bit of Tunic. Obviously, Tunic is not a very demanding game, but I just wanted to play this because of the OLED screen. It's such a colorful game. The art style on this game is wicked, and yo, the performance was performing. Just look at the game, fam. Wavy. I'm even gonna use this for B-roll throughout the whole of this video because it just looked too sexy with the OLED screen. And as we're playing games, I might as well hit you guys with the sound test from the speakers, which unfortunately are bottom firing, but you know, they're there, bog standard kind of thing. Anyway, have a listen. Now, obviously, every now and then we do a little bit of content creation on this channel, and fam, I can't lie to you guys, this Intel Arc series thing seems to be on job with editing 4K video. Now, I've not edited 4K video on an integrated graphics chip in a while, fam. It's been straight Nvidia for me or straight AMD, whatever the case. But this Intel Arc series thing is able to handle 4K content that I've literally, 4K 60 even, that I've just dragged onto the timeline, done a quick couple of edits and exported. And the export time seems to be lining up with roughly a little bit less than the full length of the video, which is just a little bit slower than my actual desktop with an Nvidia graphics card, a dedicated graphics card in it. So I'm gonna have to do some more complicated edits, see if it's still up to the case, but as of now, it's definitely able to do your content workloads. Now, in terms of battery, you guys might want to be seated for this. Without going through the specs of the battery itself, I have played, without being plugged in, at 100%, I have played Horizon Zero Dawn 1200p medium settings with some kind of dynamic resolution rendering on for up to 4 hours and 25 minutes before I got the low battery warning, which I think was at 15% battery. Now, I don't know any other gaming laptop that can do that without being plugged in, and I definitely don't know any other handheld gaming PC that can give me that long on Horizon Zero Dawn at that kind of gameplay performance level. So, you know, that alone, let alone just doing your normal web browsing, normal watching Netflix, is a mad achievement for any laptop I've ever used in the past. Anyway, people, that's the Acer Swift Go 14. If you're interested in copying, make sure you read the specs because they do quite a lot of these Swift Go 14s. Some of them have the Arc graphics in them. Some of them have the old Intel Xe Iris graphics in them as well, which is the older version that you don't want. Make sure you obviously have the Intel Core Ultra 7 processor in your one as well, or higher. It's a wicked laptop. Definitely got a wicked screen on it. I think there's a touchscreen version, as I said earlier. You can do small gameplay on it, big proper AAA games as well. And with the addition of the fact that it can actually edit 4K video and it's got the micro SD card reader, makes it a very strong contender when it comes to having a laptop that you can actually carry around with you, including the battery life on those new Intel Core Ultra 7 processors. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and if you got any further questions, make sure you ask those as well. Subscribe and like, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.